We are in Derech Eretz Zuta with the Derech Chaim Orchos Chaim, the Perek Dal Oschov. Al titen lechem mamon sheinu shelcha sheim mishakos sharei harakia. Interesting language. Don't plug money which is not yours, because they cause to set the gates of the heavens. What does that mean? Derech Chaim. Al kol ma sheish la'adam hu mushpal min hashamayim. Everything which a person has is flows in from the heavens. It says here as a metaphor. Hashem opens the gates of heaven to and brings down the bracha. Allah, then bracha on a person. He looks at the money which is not his. When he thinks that the Shema does not come down from Shema as directed by God, but rather by a person's own capacities, own resources. We got mashchavitz, what he would take when he wants. The gates of heaven set. It's, I guess they don't. They don't open up for him. In other words, Sharei Shemaim are contingent on posting a money which is yours, which the Kodesh Baruch Hu gives you, and not that you get from other inappropriate sources. Famous quote: don't let your ears hear volume betalim in this case, not just lashon hara, things like that, but idle chatter, because they get burnt first among the limbs. Says there, Chaim Peish Rash themselves because they are soft and they are not substantial. That's what we're looking for. They are thin. So Rashi learns that they are burned from the fire of Gehenna. It's forbidden for the ear to hear Dvarim B'Teilim, as opposed to other senses, like the vision. You're not required to close your eyes not to see something which is permitted to you. Because ears get burnt first. Fascinating. The sense of hearing is most likely to get impacted upon more than any other senses. So Shmiras Dvarim B'Teilim, and by hearing Dvarim B'Teilim, you vote Shema Gan Dvarim Asurim. You also come to listen to Dvarim Asurim Ad Yinyan Sham. So the eyes are not commanded not to look at Dvarim Mutarim, which are if they're even they're B'Teilim, because the vision does not impact upon a person as much as hearing. And since you listen to things of opinion, you can come to the things of Dvarim B'Teilim. You can come to Dvarim Asurim as well. Be like a open or open vessel. An ear that hears everything. It doesn't get impressed from listening to words of chachma. In other words, it loses its sensitivity. It's interesting. The word the ozen clearly relates to balance, as Rashi says in Parshas B'Shalach that the Yosher Ofecha is the izun mitzvos, the balance provided by mitzvos. So therefore, the ears are very already recognized very early on as having to do with proper balance for a person, and evidently that has to do with the fact that they are very sensitive, that they provide balance. So therefore, if the ear is out of whack, since the most sensitive of the Ivorim, therefore it's the most dangerous. Don't do tell Lashon with your mouth, because that is judged first. Says there, Chaim Vayisapir Picha Lashon Hara Alchem Shu Nichlas Chil Adin Al Derech Madis himself Zeh Minchem Motzinu Shlo Nechtam Gzar Din Avosenu El Lashon Hara. Our fathers in Midbar only got sealed to 40 years after they spoke Lashon Hara. And Shebe'ez Adin Roin Tchila Aval Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara comes up first when you get judged. Shalom. Im Yesh Lashon Hara Zeh Yachtamu Gzar Din. If you have Lashon Hara, then your Gzar Din will be decreed in a negative way. Called the Adam Nidam Bemidam Bemida. It also includes a person's judged Mida Kenega Mida. Therefore, he doesn't tell Lashonara the Visha Daras Chaver L'Kavschus because he judges his friend favorably. As Gam Kshedanim Asal Mil Malo. So then also when they judge him from on high, Marchim Asal L'Schus, they also incline the determination in a meritorious way. He tells Rosh Daras Chaver L'Kavchov. The definition he has done his friend in a negative way. Azai Shadorim Asal Malo. So to Mida when they judge you on high. Machrin kol masal b'chov, they interpret all your things negatively. So the kolim shedarim son lamala, it comes out that before a person is judged on high, muchlachin tchil layin, they have to first see how they're going to judge him. In sefer lashonara, in lav, no, if it's spoke lashonara, then the judgment will be more harsh. If not, then the judgment will be less harsh. So ice per pir lashonara should nichnas chiladim means at first when you come to Shemai, the first thing they check is whether he spoke lashonara. That sets the tone. Only afterwards they come on to the rest of the judgment, which is a very nice pshat. Don't have in your hands lashon hara, nor any bad thing, nor any. I'm not sure what that is. What seems kind of generic. And then afterwards he says things which you stole, because all of your limbs testify against you. So he says davar has been adal makom. Davar gezel should be dvar shivanu chavero, which is between you and your friend. This will cause other people to speak lashon about you that you've done such bad stuff. Also, your limbs will testify against you. Everything a person does is either in thought, in speech, or in deed. Be careful. Your power of speech should not be corrupt. That's a nice shot. You shouldn't have a wrong, bad thought. You shouldn't have bad deeds. Because all your limbs testify against you. Because it's explained several different places. All the deeds a person does, he does them on land. Cain, Haman, they're Shamay, and so too they are marked on high. So your limbs that you do deeds, or the vessels, the tools which you speak and which you thought, they will testify against you because they're all marked on high. Oh, everything is, as we said, don't let your legs lead you to varavera. Maybe the Malachim will precede you. That's tough. Initially, a person sins because of his desire. And then he's so accustomed to his desire, that even without awakening a taifa, its legs automatically lead him to a negative place. Just like he already runs to do bad stuff before the tava or the desire arouses him to do it. Just habituated. The Malachim will come to you before the set time. So explained above that the deed itself is the punishment. So therefore the deed of doing something quickly, diligently, in a negative way, it's that the misa comes first, quickly as well. It's supposed to pass through shemetz mitzad haseichel, really, logically speaking. The person should really die when they sin. But that he gets a kapara sin. The fact that he doesn't die immediately is because of the limud schus that his taiva, the taiva's mitzvah existence, distorts him and causes him to sin. But somebody who runs to a varver even before he has a taiva, he should really die immediately because he doesn't have the excuse of the taiva. Even though it's before his time. It's also possible that Hashem's patience, in order that he should do tshuva. Once he fulfills his taiva, he realizes he has no benefit from pursuing the taiva. So then, when he fulfills his quota of the desire of his taiva's yitzar will be in anguish. Will be have remorse. But somebody who hastens himself to do averas, belishum taiva, that ain't desire, ain't shum tikva she's charet. There's no hope that he's going to have remorse. It's not. It doesn't have to do with taiva. Whatever's possible, Malachim will come to him quickly and will not wait for him. Yeah. So there's Orchos Chaim on this. Okay, I don't think they're important for us at the moment. They analyze psukim, but I don't think they added much interpretation of what we saw here in the Derech Eretz Zuta. Chavei, Valti Semi Basin Shamata. Well, don't be afraid of a basin held down and below. Perhaps talk about the corrupt Balti of our day and age. Shreidecha Ove Momon, because their witnesses they love money. So therefore, I guess you can distort their testimony if necessary. Oh boy. We start based in Shamala. You pray the basin on high. They testify upon you on high. And it goes on after the Chavav. Let's see, this one goes on a bit to Chavav as well. Now it is they eat him on high. They don't just say the testimony once; they repeat it over and over again. On the other hand, if you do my words with happiness, then my heavenly host will come to greet you. Okay, so that's Derech Chaim. It's an amazing statement. It's possible to bribe the Eidim. But on high there's no shocha whatsoever. Hopefully we'll talk about a secular court, because with Jewish court, hopefully they don't take shochat. Below they only testify when they ask them to testify. The whole nature of testimony on high is that it constantly is testifying guilty. Testifying is without any request. Because all deeds are embedded, engraved as they are, and they are there constantly until Gehenna whatever removes them or dogs them. Not because you derive pleasure from them personally, but because they are my words, the words of my host. They'll come to greet you. Because the heavenly hosts, they do things as according to HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will. So if you did HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will, the Pamal Yoshamala will come out to greet you, the heavenly host. And continuing on, HaKadosh Baruch says, even I myself, they'd say, will come out to greet you, evidently when you die. And I'll say to you, come in peace. I guess here HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to lead the host, because they don't know if he did it out of simcha or not. Because the Malachim and the tzaddikim on high, they don't know the thoughts of a person. Only Hashem. Or perhaps in terms of the words, in terms of the things. They come towards you. No. There's a dot here which seems like a period, but it's not. It's some wrong punctuation. This way to read it. The power management doesn't know if you did it the simcha because it's Dvar Hashem or because you enjoy the thing in and of itself. Whenever they come towards you, not to greet you necessarily in a positive way, but to first analyze and ascertain, shed light on your deeds. What are they? If they show that they see that your deeds were done with simchas v'dvar Hashem, so actually, Hakadosh Baruch Hu comes afterwards. First, Pamal Shemali checks it out, and then Hakadosh Baruch Hu comes. He doesn't tell them. Pamal Shemali discovers on their own. Shabori Baruch Hu Batzmo Yodea Makir Hampulas Adam Maseos. We have to wait. Pamal Shemali to investigate. He knows everything. Mahu he knows everything. Be Baladei Mashim Shachrim. Malachi Ashores. Besides, without the Malachi Ashores investigating. It's possible that since Malachim prosecuted mankind when he was created, they should not be created. Baruch rouses his host. They should go to check him out. You see, it was worthwhile creating man. The also includes here in the there's the metaphor of lech l'shalom. It says but it says by lech l'shalom. I think maybe it's a typo. No, it's not. A person takes leave from a dead person, not say go to peace. Lech b'shalom, go in peace. Tzadikim shgam misas and kriyim chayim. Those the tzaddikim who even when they're dead are called alive. You'll continue in this chaye olamim, the law b'shalom, not in peace. Okay. This is where the Orchos Chaim is definitely interesting. When tzaddik passed away, 3 groups of malachim come out towards him. Bo b'shalom. Come in peace. So Meres Holech Nichacho, walk opposite him. Lachas Meres Lo Yavo B'Shalom, he should come in peace. Yonucho Mishkosam, they should rest on their rests. Be'esar Bria Matzinu Shishnei Kochos Shemalach Hashem Kitchagu Shlo Yivarei. As the Medrash says, the time that the Bria was created, 2 groups of Malach Hashem said that man should not be created. Hainu Emes Amar Al Yivarei Shkosh Korim. Emes says should not be created because it's full of lies. Shalom Amar Ivory. Shalom also should not be created. He's full of fighting, of strife. By Mantor also they said, leave your glory in the heavens. Moshe Nitzcham, Nosha bested them. Masha ain't Yetzor Menem. He said, you don't have Yetzor, the Torah is not for you. Therefore your hold has to be given to Bas Adam. Chemamis is a tzaddik. When the tzaddik dies, Hochim Ela Shlosha Kitos Likroso. These 3 groups go towards him. Umatztikin Yishamayim, and they say Hashem was right. So it's good. It was appropriate Shibro that he created him. What is the group of peace? They say it's all strife. Comes in peace. Shua tzaddik ohev shalom. The tzaddik love peace. He didn't have to create strife. Kasa sheni hainu emes. The second group said that which is true. Shomu kul shkam. They say man's full of lies. Om el merits. They said tzaddik olech nichacho. The tzaddik goes opposite himself, but derech emes hanuchochos, with that which is opposite him. What's opposite him? The derech of emes. That's what's opposite him. Like Shvisi Hashem and Shvisi emes lenegdi tamid. That's the way he progressed through life. Kasa shlishi shekichgu al Torah omeres. The third group said the Torah should stay shamayim. They say she often need the Torah ne'eldem. It was good that the Torah was given to be human beings. Because they have Yetzirah. And their whole lives they have to fight the Yetzirah. Some only when they're at rest in their graves. After death, they should rest on in their graves. That's a beautiful, beautiful shot. And because Rabbi Chia Bagan Rabbi Yossi Ben Shol B'Shlosh Tzaddik Niftar Me'olam Tzaddik passed away. Malach Hashem Nech Kodesh Baruch Hu B'Shalom Tzaddik Ba. The tzaddik is coming. Omer Hashem says, Yavo tzaddikim yetzu likroso. Tzaddikim should come and greet him. Yavo b'shalom yenucha mishkvasom. They should come in peace and they should rest on their rests. Feed the Isa Medrash Rabbah. Omer Hashem says, Nekush Baruch Hu B'Shalom Ma'anosh Kitis Kerenu. What is man? Do you remember him? The Malachim said, Hato Aksa. This is a difficult thing. Why is it created? Hashem, before creating the world, he asked the Neshamas and Tzadikim, should they be created? They'll say, Hema, Hayotzim Yoshenu Toim. Who are those who created? Those who sit and are planted. Right? Shema Kosh Baruch Hu all them. Heinima Malachim being Nafshet Tzadikim. So Kosh Baruch Hu, before he created the world, he consulted both with Malachim and with the Nefashet Tzadikim. Okay, but Misa Tzadik, only Malachim Shor is, everyone in the Tzadik dies, Malachim Shor say, Tzadik Ba. Ugraya Briasa. The Tzadik is coming. And he was right that they should be created. Kosh Baruch Hu says, all the tzaddikim who I took counsel with, they should come and greet this tzaddik. They should see that they were correct in their judgment. So when tzaddik comes to peace, because his deeds were done appropriately with righteousness, as all the tzaddikim will rest, right? When he comes, it says it in singular. They'll all be at rest. It says in plural. The tzaddikim who consulted with will rest in peace. And they will not regret their haskama to create human beings.